Hello, Class 4-1 Orange Group. Mr. Waterman here with today's language arts lesson. It is Monday, February 7th, 2022. I hope you all had a great weekend with your families and that you are remaining to stay safe and well at this time. Let's get on with today's lesson. So the first part of the lesson, we are going to go over the activities on pages 131 and 132. We have been working with adjectives and punctuation. So let's just review what we learned last week. In point 1, we learned do not use a comma to separate a single adjective from a noun. We learned when only two adjectives are used together, separate them with a comma or and. Do not use both. We learned to use commas to separate 3 or more adjectives in a series. We also learned when you are using only 2 adjectives before a noun, some adjectives do not need to be separated with commas. These adjectives describe color, size, or age. For example, a woman with short gray hair. We don't need to use a comma to separate short and gray. Finally, we learned do not use commas or and to separate a common adjective from a proper adjective. For example, the hot Alabama summers. For the activity, we did numbers 1 and 2 together. Let's go through the answers for 3 through 8. Number 3. It says, the bear came out of the wild forest. Okay? Out of the wild Florida forest. So we're going to take out that comma because we don't need to separate a common adjective from a proper adjective. The proper adjective is Florida. So let's rewrite it. The bear came out of the wild Florida, capital F, because it is a proper adjective, forest. Full stop. Okay? There you go. I think you can see everything now. Let's continue. Number 4. The book was long, interesting, and hard. So we have 3 adjectives here. Long, interesting, hard. Let's put in commas after long and a comma after interesting. And now we can rewrite it. The book was long, interesting, and hard. That sounds like a book Mr. Waterman would like to read. I love reading books that are sometimes 400 or 500 pages. Okay? Number 5. That snobby young girl just came into the library. Well, young is describing the girl's age. We don't need a comma between snobby and young. Let's take that out. That snobby young girl just came into the library. If she's snobby, I don't think she's going to be very nice. What do you think? I don't think so. Number 6. The bear put his big and black nose in the air. We already have the word and, so we don't need this comma. Let's take that out, and let's rewrite it. The bear put his big and black nose in the air. Why do you think the bear did that? Do you think he smelled food nearby? I think so. Number 7. I grew up in a small town. No comma is needed. Take that right on out, and then you can rewrite it. I grew up in a small town. There you go. And the final sentence. I enjoyed the bright, colorful, exciting pictures in this book. We need a comma after bright. We need one after colorful. And I'm going to put the word and in here before exciting. It's 3 adjectives, right? So let's rewrite it. I enjoyed the bright, comma, colorful, comma, and exciting pictures in this book. There you go. Those are all of our sentences. I'm going to take a big drink of water before continuing, because doing all of this talking to make videos, it makes me really thirsty. Okay, so now that that's done, on page 131, flip the page. We had a proofreading activity on page 132. So please remember that adjectives describe nouns or pronouns. Please remember that proper adjectives are formed from proper nouns. And that means a proper adjective begins with a capital letter. Korean is a proper adjective. Okay? And also remember, common adjectives are not formed from proper nouns. Do not capitalize common adjectives. Okay? There's no need to capitalize fancy as an adjective. Okay? For this activity, we needed to rewrite each